The Fed's call for responsible crypto innovation is correct. Pennsylvania Congressman Glenn Thompson has proposed a well-thought-out plan for crypto regulation that is consistent with Treasury Department proposals. Janet Yellen recently spoke at American University and made erudite, wise remarks about the proper approach to regulating digital currencies and assets, innovation, and the policies that surround them. The U.S. Treasury Secretary emphasized the sector's explosive growth from $14 billion to $3 trillion in just 5 years, as well as its origins, even mentioning the original Bitcoin white paper's solution for preventing the same digital assets from being spent twice, a major criticism of systems prior to Bitcoin. The government's role should be to ensure responsible innovation that works for all Americans, protects our national security interests and the environment, and contributes to our economic competitiveness and growth, Yellen said. Responsible innovation should be informed by thoughtful public-private dialogue and take into account the many lessons we've learned over the course of our financial history. This kind of pragmatism has served us well in the past, and I believe it is still the best approach today. Adel Nazarian is the CEO of the American Blockchain PAC, which advocates for blockchain and digital asset innovation in the United States and opposes legislation that restricts the growth of crypto assets. In a recent Huffington Post interview about crypto legislation, I stated that we needed new rules, language, and a more elastic framework for initial coin offerings, ICO, that were consistent with anti-money laundering, AML, and Know Your Customer, KYC, rulemaking to ensure that innovation could continue to flourish. Secretary Yellen's sound guidelines for developing a legal and regulatory structure to protect the public while creating an environment that fosters innovation were welcomed by the American Blockchain PAC, which I lead as CEO Rep. Glenn G.T. Thompson, our PA, has significantly advanced this process by proposing a well-thought-out crypto regulatory blueprint. The Thompson Principles provide a foundation for digital commodity exchanges, voluntary registration, and qualified digital commodity custodians. They also provide an improved process for creating digital commodities, providing a full accounting of stablecoin assets and liabilities, protecting customers who use stablecoins, and registering users of asset-backed digital commodities. They would comply with and apply to digital commodities that have already been sold. These proposals follow the procedure outlined by Secretary Yellen. Let's take a look at the proposed voluntary registration. Trading venues would have the option of joining the Commodity Futures Trading Commission digital commodity exchange regime or remaining governed by individual state money transmitter licenses. Trading venues will be incentivized to choose CFTC regulation in order to reduce their regulatory burdens by dealing with only one regulator, to be eligible to offer leveraged trading, and to be the retail entry point for new digital commodities. According to the Congressional Research Service, 49 states require money transmitters to be registered. To make this a reality, it will take millions of dollars and years of navigating bureaucratic mazes, followed by ongoing onerous compliance requirements. This process is prohibitively expensive for most startups, reducing innovation while providing little additional public protection. Allowing businesses to choose one-stop shopping honors Secretary Yellen's pragmatic advice. Congress and the financial services industry have finally realized that cryptocurrency is not just another extraordinary, popular delusion or the result of crowd psychology. The blockchain, from which cryptocurrencies are created, is at the heart of many important emerging technologies, including non-fungible tokens, Web3, and the metaverse. And, in his executive order on ensuring the responsible development of digital assets, President Joe Biden calls for risk mitigation while acknowledging that the United States has an interest in ensuring that it remains at the forefront of responsible development and design of digital assets and the technology that underpins new forms of payments and capital flows in the international financial system. Representatives of the burgeoning distributed ledger sector include the White House, the Secretary of the Treasury, and members of Congress, including Representative Thompson and the chairs of the Congressional Blockchain Caucus, Representatives Bill Foster, Darren Soto, Peter Schweikert, and Tom Emmer. The principles of Secretary Yellen's commended public-private dialogue have already been assembled. All of these parties should meet in the Secretary's conference room. A conversation like this would strengthen President Biden's and Secretary Yellen's concern for public safety, keep America at the forefront of responsible development, and help shape the future of digital assets and technology.